Greetings, it's Intuitive Jakob back, and I'm here to do a Mercury Retrograde reading. We are stepping into Mercury Retrograde on the 7th. We've been in the pre-shadow for a little while now, and this season, Mercury is actually going between two signs. The sign of Cancer, we started the pre-shadow period, late degrees, 23 degrees, Cancer. We are going Mercury Retrograde in 2 days from now on the 7th. At 4 degrees Leo, and by the time we are going direct again on the 31st of July, we'll be back in Cancer at 24 degrees. There are some interesting interplays with planetary matters, specifically with Pluto in retrograde, Uranus in retrograde, and how Mercury and Mars are planets of communication, how we fight and how we bleep, we'll just say F, and how people might be acting, especially in regards to how healing is coming forward. Retrograde seasons tend to be like a big sweeping magnet of particles that bring things back. So it's a time to review, a time to reflect, and sometimes things just come back in our faces, like relationships and things that had gone missing, and sometimes we're like, get out of here, I don't miss you at all. So could be a mixed bag for many of you. I'm going to ask that you know your own stories, your own genders, and know whether or not these depictions will apply to you. I will be doing 12 different readings, one for each of the 12 tribes. Make sure you check your sun, your moon, and your rising with me, because I'm actually more of a moon reader guy. And I will also say I'm focusing mostly on the healing energy in this. We have Chiron making a very strong appearance here at 4 degrees Aries. Wherever you might have that located, whatever is going on in your house of Aries may be influenced heavily with this type of healing that's coming forward. So I'm doing a 5-card spread for each of you. It's a cross, and with my cross readings, we can look at past, present, future, and have an idea of what reasons and potentials are, but really this is to give us an idea of situations, challenges, what our overall guidance is, how we're being focused, and more or less what we can determine an outcome to be, to give us an idea of how we might want to interact or not with certain people, places, and situations, because TBH, I keep hearing this is sort of a stifling, heavy, almost like wet blanket energy for some people. So many of us will be challenged by people who would like to influence a certain way, and it could be a time for power struggles to present themselves. Not that we have to participate in that, and I will just caution on that because I just keep hearing about people's impulses and the reasons why they might machinate towards another person. So we're going to take a look at that now, and I wanted to thank all of you who subscribe to my channel and those of you who support my spirit work. I really appreciate the thumbs up, especially if you appreciate my work or like the style of reading. And if you do, hit that little bell. It'll let you know when I upload more videos. All right, we'll see you on the inside of your video. Hey, what's going on, Aries? How you doing? It's good to have you here. Just clearing this area here. I don't know why I'm hearing the word bonkers. I was hearing the word bonkers while I was shuffling these Sibilas, and I wasn't trying to look too much at the cards, but a few of them kept showing up in my face. I'm having a hard time lighting this. Sandalwood for you all, by the way. We have a lot of options on incense here, but I was specifically hearing for you all sandalwood, sandalwood. So lighting a fresh sandalwood for you, Aries. And I was hearing about like somebody just like, my ears are itching all of a sudden, just running you kind of crazy. And I kept hearing the word bonkers, and they were talking to me about depression, and what some Aries will do is not realize when they're depressed, or kind of ignore it because you're so intent on whatever it is that you're doing. But I'm just hearing that this is going to be an interesting time for some of you all, especially with regard to healing. If there's something that you've been depressed about, that you've been working too much in other ways to not have to deal with, and they keep saying the word bonkers to me, and you might pay attention to where Chiron is for you, maybe what house Chiron is in. It's the wounded healer, and there are some interesting aspects that are being made with Chiron through this period of Mercury retrograde, and I'm hearing for some of y'all it could be a very healing time. So I went ahead and shuffled and dealt the cards here. I'm going to move this carnelian aside, and let's see what's facing us on the bottom of the deck. All right. Hey, Aries, is that you right there? Ooh, you're looking good, if that's the case. This is somebody who's ready for a new start here. And in some cases, passionate communication. This could be you yourself. This could also be someone in your world. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like the people that might have left you behind. It's like I see somebody focused, really focused on this wand. It's a very passionate sort of energy, whatever they have in their hand there. But this is somebody that is in your element for sure. This is somebody that could easily be an Aquarius. Oh, I heard Aquarius. Aquarius almost came out of my mouth. An Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius somewhere in their natal constitution. But I did hear Aquarius just came right out of my mouth there. So you might be dealing with an Aquarius. You might be dealing with another fire tribe person. And this could very well, like I said, just be you prepared to embark on something and really focused on it. One way or the other, that is a passionate, creative sign right there to see that Page of Wands here. So let's see if we can get some more information. This center card is our present moment and the guided situation at hand. And hearing some of you all, maybe you're trying to get your hand on something. Maybe you're thinking about something in the past. But, excuse me, my video must be finished. Here we go. I'm producing videos here while I'm doing these here with you, Aries. This is a start for somebody that may or may not have happened. Hearing for some of you all, it's just like needing to know that it's time to pull the trigger on something. But the Ace of Wands, normally when it shows up, is a great way to start something. It's a highly fertile energy that sometimes just takes off real fast. And when I see it upside down here, especially next to this card, it might be something that happens out of control. And I don't want to sound crass, but this is like either my bonehead or boner situation here with these two. And this card just moved out of the way while I was doing that, and we're seeing this 10 of Swords that's upside down and reversed here. Hearing for some of you all, this is a situation that you either left behind or that just got canceled is what I'm hearing. The 10 of Swords is the end of a tough time here. It's like somebody that got stabbed to death here. Might have had some backstabbers, and here it's either signaling what already came and went, and in some cases, why. But you might have been dealing with real cheap, petty communications, because a lot of times this is indicative of how a situation went down, and I'm hearing there might have just been people that were just talking ill of someone. And sorry if you lost somebody. It's possible that you had to lose somebody in some way here, Aries. I'm definitely seeing that that is a possibility. But for some of you, I'm hearing that this is more about like after that time where it's like your ego died on something, and it's like, yeah, I already killed that person, you know, you can't offend me anymore, that person is in the ground dead. And what it is to kind of like resurrect your own energy and to make a new start here. And in some cases, it's just thinking about reaching out for that one wand that got away. So if this was like the one person that you had your hand on, I'm hearing it's like the one you really wanted, and they just might not be there right now for some reason. So let's see if we can get a little more information on that. A lot of wands here. The subject here again could have fire in their chart just like you, Aries, Leo, Sag. All right, recent past and the challenge. 3 of Cups in reverse. So I heard what stays in Vegas for somebody, and for other people I'm hearing that this might have to do with things that happen in friend circles. Getting an itch in the back here. I'm hearing it's like you might have had some friends that just got involved in a relationship just to fuck it up, just to mess with you. Did you have a third-party situation with somebody that was jealous, Aries? I'm hearing if that's the case, they might have a substance abuse issue, or they just like drink and talk too much. It's like, I don't mean to sound judgmental. I'm hearing some of these guides showing me. It's like I'm just seeing these people that just like get off on like being like, hey, I'm your friend, let's go do this, and they like drink, and it's like mess if they are involved with things that you want to have your hand on, especially if it had to do with a relationship, is what I'm hearing about. So I'm hearing you might have had a situation that was somehow like triangulated in this certain way that it's like it stunted the growth of something, is what I'm hearing. And of course, this is a retrospect, and I'm hearing for some of you all, you might be beating yourself up about it a bit much. Maybe you have, and maybe not like in the typical ways where people are like, oh, I'm so bad, I'm so terrible kind of thing, but more like because it didn't go your way, you might have overemphasized how you involve yourself in other things. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, not that it didn't work out, because I'm hearing for some of you all it worked out great for whatever your purpose was, but it's like, when you've done all the things and you've completed all the tasks and you finally have what you want in your hand, or some stability or some evidence of what you can do and achieve, especially if this is like your magic wand in your hand, sometimes people can feel, I'm hearing the word forlorn over what they don't have. So it's like that one thing that isn't there, is what I'm hearing for some of you. Let's see what's looking ahead here, because we've got a guidance card. And this is going to tell us a little bit about the immediate future and energies that might be here. Okay, King of Wands in reverse. I hear you might just be missing somebody really badly. It's possible that this is them missing you too, Aries. I mean, you're going to have to know your own story and whether or not these are applicable for you. But again, more wands here. We've got the King of Wands. That is a notable contender for anything. If he's in your world, he's somebody that might shower you, you know, like shower you with love. He's passionate, and he will go out there and he'll show it. You know, he's proud. He's proud of his family. He's proud of what he has. He takes care of himself. This is maybe somebody that's like more on the manicured side sometimes. I don't see this guy always being too rustic. Like sometimes I see him and he's like, he takes care of himself. You know, physically he's a good dresser. Probably smells great, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like, just knowing that there was a place for them. And I'm hearing it's like it was unclaimed. I'm hearing for some of y'all too, this could very well be you, whether or not you consider yourself the King of Wands or whatever. You're going to know your own genders, please. But I'm hearing that this individual most likely has a strong planetary placement with Aries, Leo, or Sag, just like you. Hearing that this person might have fallen out of communication or out of grace with whoever these people are. I'm hearing it was like bad communication that happened. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's like he might have completely turned his back. Especially if this 10 of Wands situation here that was showing up had anything to do with it. What else is showing up? All right, some things are just trying to reveal themselves here. Wow. Were you married? This could have had to do with a relationship that I'm hearing it could have resulted in marriage if it did. And it's like the one that got away is what I'm hearing about. And this is the happy home card. This 4 of Wands, again, more fiery energy. Hearing about what happened at somebody's house. And I'm literally hearing these were wedding rings. These were wedding rings. I'm hearing for somebody, it's like vows that didn't get anywhere. 2 of Pentacles is sometimes when people will juggle time for dollars and rocky road emotions. If they're upside down, sometimes it's like a seasick feeling. It's like, oh my god, I get this seasick feeling around you. I don't know how to handle it. And it might have been a love thing here. I'm hearing for some of y'all that that's the case, but for others I'm hearing that this more has to do with like stability that you weren't feeling about your own life, maybe your own home situation and what you were trying to work on, and just feeling destabilized. And something didn't happen. It's like now you're at the point where if this 10 of Swords has shown up, it's like it's already beyond the time. Like something has already changed. And I'm hearing for some of you that this has a lot to do with how you sought for that stability that you didn't have at the time. Maybe it was bad timing for something that had happened with this person, but I'm hearing it's like there's this want for reaching out for something is what I keep seeing. It's like somebody wants to reach out. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's like unrelated to the other situation. This is why you took a step away from the job. I'm hearing about it's either a supervisor or some kind of taskmaster. I'm hearing the words taskmaster, but it's like it's being said to me like arrogantly, like like somebody thinks that there's some kind of taskmaster and they just set people up to do their bidding. And why you might have left that situation and being confronted with this guy again here. And I'm hearing he might have been really, I'm saying he lightly, she, they, other, know who this person is. If this was an authority figure in your life, especially somebody that had you on like some kind of emotional teeter-totter or like chasing time for dollars, doing their tasks and bidding, this person might be showing up somewhere feeling entitled, I'm hearing. And in some cases I'm hearing it's like what you're having to do to heal from that situation and maybe why you took a step away from this person. But yeah, I'm just I'm not really loving it, to be honest. I don't like seeing this person in reverse. And I'm hearing if this is actually you, Aries, that this might be you being just fatigued, big time fatigued because of maybe what you weren't feeling good about. I'm hearing that this was like kind of like an emotional loss over friendships. It's like I had a real friend here, you know, like sometimes if this is not a triangulated situation, it doesn't have to be. I know we're seeing 3 people here. This is a very friendly sort of energy. This is people that can get together and hang out. Maybe they go out to eat. Maybe they have drinks together. Maybe they go dancing. Whatever it is that you do. And it's like what friends will do. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's like feeling, I keep hearing the word forlorn over just like, I miss you. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, I miss you. And maybe having enough of that on your mind to where it's like, for your coping skills on this, maybe the best thing that you have learned how to do, grooming yourself through life, has been to like commit yourself to your work or your creative projects or your tasks or things that you could really get your hand on that could help you channel whatever your fire was. Because I'm hearing for some of you all, it was like something happened fast and it threw you off. And if that's the case, you might be questioning how it is that you move forward, especially because I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like that person might be long gone. There might be somebody else that you see in your world with that potential, but it's like, it's almost throwing you off your game, because it's like, oh, I only felt this way about this person, and, you know, then this happened, and now it's like, now you're here, and I'm not going to fuck it up, you know, and it's like, going through that feeling and those emotions, and there being a lot of substance there, and almost just not trusting your own judgment and how you're going to respond. But I'm hearing for some of you, it's like you really want to, and I'm feeling like there's a lot of attraction here to something. It might be a creative project that is potentially there that maybe hasn't happened yet, but I'm feeling for a lot of you, it's just like not knowing whether or not you want to grab onto something. And I will just say, lots of cautionary notes with the retrograde season, and maybe biting off more than you want to be chewing before you know how things are being reciprocated, is what I'm hearing. Because I feel like for some of you, it's like feeling like what is on the surface might not be all that's there, and that could work out different ways depending on who your characters are and what you're really expecting from it. But I'm hearing just be wise, because this King of Wands doesn't always have the best abilities to be kind if they're ill-dignified. So if this is somebody that is showing up feeling entitled with you, it's somebody that would possibly just grab at your energy in a way that's very demanding, because this can be a very demanding person. This can be a hot-headed person. This can be somebody that's fire and passionate. It might be somebody that you're just like, boo, and this is maybe you just holding your thumb down being like, I'm not engaging with you, I know better, I know that I want this new start, and it's not with you, Jakob. It could play out different ways here. But I'm hearing this is like knowing when to keep your friends close, and when sometimes you might even keep your enemies closer because of what you know and what you've learned in the past. And sometimes knowing that your friends might have been your enemies the whole time. I'm hearing for some of y'all, that's like the rash of what's coming out. It's like realizing where somebody might have just really been rubbing you wrong for the wrong reason, and maybe because they felt like they could control your energy in some way. And that's a really shitty way to treat anybody. And it's a really stupid thing to do to an Aries, especially in a retrograde season. But I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like just being aware of where your healing has come from, and knowing how to identify your own energies and when it's even worth putting more fire into something, or responding to somebody's demands. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like an all-out new protocol that you have implemented in your life, where it's like, no, I don't do those things with anybody, especially people that call themselves my friends that act like that. I'm hearing whatever you're doing energetically, though, you might have a really good exercise program that's going to take off very well for you. And if you don't, it might be a good time to have like a physical activity that you can do where you can put some of this energy. And just make sure you're not overdoing it, all right, Aries? All right, let's see if we can get a little information on the focus and the potential reason for what's going on here. The Sun in reverse. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to be depressed here. I'm not loving this. I'm just hearing it's like somebody feels like something got squashed. It's like, but not the way they wanted to, because the Sun energy, all right, this is, out of all the cards in the tarot, especially since this is Major Arcana, if you're going to take one reverse and it not be like so bad, it's usually the Sun, because things are out in the open. There's a naked truth happening here. There's a beautiful little baby out in the sun, just like, hi world, love me. And I'm hearing for some of you all, that might have been what it felt like. And that it could be a little bit of a rub. It's like a harsh reminder of what you're not getting anymore. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's just like a little bit mopey. It's like that wet blanket feeling I was talking about, where it's like, oh, I want this and I want that, and I have all this stuff, and at the same time. So it's like having things that you want, because I'm hearing for some of you all, these reversals are just like you having all the stuff and like feeling like somebody crapped all over your parade anyway, just because you're not getting this one thing you want. And just making sure that don't be immature with yourself about what you actually are and who you are and how much you've learned and grown. Because it's like, I feel like there's almost like an opportunity here that you might just not be seeing, that's right in your face, Aries. And that might be after you opened yourself up or came clean about something, or perhaps didn't, and it was something that you needed to. Because sometimes I see that like this. It's like the sun upside down. It's the opposite of being open in a way, but it's kind of obvious when it happens too, because it's like broad daylight and everybody else sees it. It's like those things where it's like, you know, have you ever seen somebody get really excited over a job or a new relationship or a crush or something, but they're not saying it, but they've got that look on their face like, you know, they just swallowed the canary? It's like the things that are obvious to other people that sometimes you don't allow yourself to see because you're too consumed or too focused on something, being too demanding in another direction. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like just wanting to just be done with it. I see somebody just ripping their clothes off, actually. It's like just taking their clothes off and just being like, look, here I am. And there's an opportunity for that here. I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like sexual encounters and people that want to get their hands on you, or maybe you want to put your hands on them, and maybe that's what this is about for you, Aries. And I'm not going to tell you to do otherwise. You might have some options here. I'll just say, please be careful with yourself. Please use precautions, especially if it's somebody that you don't know very well that might be putting on a show that may or may not be authentic too, because sometimes this like King of Wands in reverse is like some kind of playerful, you know, and like they might think that they're all that, and they might put up a good show, and I'm hearing they might be attached to somebody else. And that might be the caution here, because I'm hearing for some of you, especially if you've spent some time alone, like after whatever this healing was, you know, maybe something was painful. I'm just feeling like it's like, I'm hearing about abstinence here with somebody and like coming out of a period of whatever they were abstaining from. It might have been alcohol. It might have been some kind of substance. It might have been how they connect with friends, because this is almost like a cold shoulder energy. It's like the friendship energy is here, the new start energies are here, the like sexy energies are here, the exposure is here, but it's like this cold shoulder. And that could be how somebody's treating you too. Yeah. I want to see what's going on here. Future potential card right over top Aries. What's going on? Time to make a move. I think you're going to do it. Whatever it is. I'm hearing like some of y'all just really need to bridge some communication. And it's like maybe realizing that the people that were close to you or that are nearby that you can be friends with, maybe they do actually have your back. Maybe you're going to find out that out of some of the people, maybe it's not those ones, but maybe you have some support that you didn't realize you had, and that it's just time to push away from the things that didn't work. And so the Six of Swords, sometimes this is people thinking about moving physically. I'm hearing some of you might just be like, fuck this, I need to be near the beach and the water, and it's like I'm ready to take off my clothes and just go nude is what I'm hearing for some of y'all, and just like whatever. And I'm hearing for others, it's just like needing a mental reprieve from whatever it is that you didn't hold on to. Because I just keep seeing somebody, you've got a lot of things in your hand. Like here, there's somebody holding the wand. Here, there's somebody holding the wand. Here, somebody's taking off their clothes. Here, somebody's holding the wands again, really focused on this wand that they're holding, being excited about it. And here is somebody's like pushing away with this wand. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's just knowing that whatever it is you have in your hand, whatever it is that you can get a grasp on, it's yours, and you have enough control to leave a situation. And some of you might have enough desire to leave this like upside down energy behind, to take yourself to a better place. And that might be a form of communication here. Sometimes this is like, how do we bridge this? You know, I want to talk to you about this troubled water that we left behind, whatever that emotional time or place was where maybe somebody, whether it was you or this other person, was not able to be open about it. And for some of you all, that person is long gone. They might not be there for you to communicate with. But for others, that person might be there somewhere. And it's going to take reaching out to even access them. But this is a card of communication. And if this is your energy here, Aries, I feel like you might actually be in a position now where you actually want to initiate that. Because that's kind of like what's overseeing this. And so I feel like some of this is learning how to trust yourself. And it sounds like a lot of this impetus, I don't know what happened, but they're saying it was like 6 weeks or last month, in the month of June. Something must have happened, because I'm seeing a trigger point here where it's like literally somebody pushed something away, and it's like whatever got exposed here, they might have just had to turn their back on something and just like push away from it. And I just see somebody being like, whatever, I'm done, and I'm ready to speak up about something. And if that's the case, I'm hearing it's like, just remember where your fun is too. Because it's like, if you've been out of touch with what your fun is and how to have that good spirit, it might be because you were overworking and overconsumed, especially if you had some kind of knucklehead boss or just some control monger in your world. Because I'm hearing something about somebody treating you like a task rabbit, and it just being like, I got this. I know how to handle this on my own. And you knowing that a fresh start is something that's well within your reach. Because I'm hearing some of you all did that. It's like whatever you left behind, but that it's like the churning going on in your world where it's this retrograde. A lot of times it's just going to remind us of the things that, you know, were left undone, or the things that we wanted to come back. And for you all, there might be a lot of healing associated with this. You know, really, if you want, look into your chart and see where the asteroid Chiron is, what house it's in, because there's a really synchronic healing energy coming through the wounded healer at this time. And wherever that is might give you a clue as to where it's worthy of your energy and attention to put in that new start, especially if you're bridging some communication or something happened in June that you really need to get past, because I'm hearing that some of this stuff that's upside down here, these 4 cards, really are just about pending, is what I'm hearing. It's just pending. It's like somebody either needs to pick up a pen and do something, pen, ding, 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 or moving on to the next place because of what you learned before, and knowing that if you didn't put that energy into this exact situation with these exact people, you still have that energy and the ability to create or recreate whatever it is that you wanted to do. And you have some support there, Aries. I'm definitely seeing the support there. Let me see if I can get a little more information. We're going to get some clarity here with the Sibilas. They're very helpful. What does our Aries need to know about healing with the 8 of the Six of Swords over this period of time? I'm also hearing for some of you, this might have to do with a Gemini. That 6, I mean, it could be anybody in the air suit, for sure. But I'm hearing for some of y'all, it was a Gemini you were dealing with, and they might not have had some good things to say, or they might have left your world upside down. I'm hearing about like an IOU, a pending IOU. That flew out of the card, out of the deck. But these people that are associated with the 6 of Swords here could very easily be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I'm hearing for some of y'all, that's what the 6 is for. It's more Gemini. And there's another 6 here. I'm hearing that person might have left you hanging with a note or something like that. It's like something about a third party and who they met to drink with and like why you don't trust yourself. That might ring for some of you all. Yeah, there's another third party there. Okay, so we've got Allegrezza al Cuore, and there's 3 here too. There's 3 here also. Some of y'all might have been dealing with a triangulated situation, but in other cases I'm hearing that this is about approval that you had from family or people like family about a relationship. And I'm hearing for some of you all, this was the shit that went wrong before. It was like you had some shitty friends or some people that were interfering in this relationship, that now maybe you have a similar feeling about people involved in your life. And like I said, it's like you weren't trusting yourself because of what came before, but this one here is the happiness of the heart. So I'm hearing for some of you, it's like maybe what you were thinking before wasn't the case. And you being able to depart from whatever that was kind of just like dragging you down in a base way, where it was like freaking you out about your stability or like how you were going to share your sexual needs with somebody, because there's a lot of passionate energy here, Aries. And there's a letter. So I think some of you are just going to send that letter. This could be a text message. This could be a letter in the mail. This actually looks handwritten here. But this is a message going out, la lettera. And I'm hearing for some of you, it might be to the one that you really see yourself settling down with. If settling down is something that you want. I hate that word, settling down. Let's settle down. Might not be about settling down, but about the person that you would shack up with, the person that you would maybe share that life with. Because this is Donna Maritata. In some cases, this is your mom. It's the wife. It's the single mother sometimes. And I've got a friend showing up here. It's just sticking out here at the bottom, Lamika. And I'm hearing for some of you all, this was just a block because of what was going on with your friends, or seeing how that relationship with a friend might have grown into some other feelings here. And I'm hearing that it's just a good time to know that communication is good, especially if this is a situation where I'm hearing some of you might actually just be close to your mom, and that this is a conversation that you had with your mom about this friend, and that this Allegrezza al Cuore a lot of times is this woman, I'll just say woman lightly, know your own genders, okay, and whether this applies, but this person here is sometimes being let go by the father, the brother, the uncle, some family member, and it's kind of like a coronation moment where they're like dancing off into the sunset with the suitor, with whoever the suitor is. Wow. The star on my table here just fell with this light, and I'm hearing Aquarius again for some of you all. You know, the star is often Aquarius, and literally this blue light just wanted to fly off of my table here while I was talking to you about reaching for this blue person and dancing off into the sunset. But you're going to know if that's the case, Aries. I feel like if any of this resonated, it might be time to write down your thoughts and feelings. Maybe you don't have to send all of it to somebody, but I'm hearing that you might be motivated to do it. And if it's someone that Mama approves of, I'm hearing, it might be worth the effort. All right, let me know if that resonated for any of you. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, I really appreciate your thumbs up. It really lets me know that I'm doing a good job here too. And I love your comments. So if you have something to say, drop them in the comment box below. And if you'd like a personal reading with just your energy, hit me up at artoflove.me, Aries. It's also linked in the description box below. And if I don't hear from you, you take care. And we'll catch you again. We're back for another one. Okay? Bye for now.